Hey, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Freakeasy Gaming, and welcome back to another video. It is that time of the week once again to do our NFL predictions. Now guys, this is the prediction video for week 11 of the 2016 NFL season. Now, if you are unfamiliar with my NFL prediction videos, basically what I do in my NFL prediction videos is I predict what teams are going to win each and every single scheduled game in the NFL for that week. Now guys, keep in mind when I am determining a winner between two teams, I usually pick the team that has the better stats, odds, and statistics. Some of these stats include but are not limited to offense, defense, differential, passing yards, passing yards allowed, rushing yards allowed, turnover differential, and a few other things like weather and where the game is being played. So guys, with that said, let's move straight into the video. Now on the screen right here is the week 11 NFL schedule. So I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to look at that, and then we'll move into the prediction part of the video. Alright guys, moving on to the prediction part of the video. Starting with the first game of the week. New Orleans Saints versus the Carolina Panthers. This game happens on Thursday. I think this game is going to be a really good game, guys. Two really, I guess, evenly matched teams going up against each other. However, I think the Carolina Panthers are going to beat the New Orleans Saints. I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything like that. I just think the Carolina Panthers are going to wind up taking this game. Now guys, moving on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game and the Kansas City Chiefs game. Now, I am a Buccaneers fan and I am the Chiefs fan. And I really hate to say this about the Buccaneers, but I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to get blown out by the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win by 3 touchdowns. I think they're just going to completely blow the Tampa Bay Buccaneers out of the water this week. Now guys, moving on to the Baltimore Ravens game and the Dallas Cowboys game. I think this is going to be another blowout game. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to completely blow out the Baltimore Ravens this week. I think they're going to win by about 2 or 3 touchdowns. The Dallas Cowboys really hot, really on fire lately. The Baltimore Ravens kind of hot lately. They've been doing pretty decent. But I think the Dallas Cowboys are just a much better team. All the stats, odds, and statistics say that the Dallas Cowboys are going to win. And I agree with them. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to wind up winning this game against the Baltimore Ravens. Now guys, moving on to the Arizona Cardinals Minnesota Vikings game. This game's a little bit hard for me to predict because the Minnesota Vikings haven't been doing all that well lately. Many of you probably remember at the beginning of the season, the Minnesota Vikings were about 5-0, and after they, I guess, became 5-1, they really just stopped winning games. They could put up really high score and they do really well, they just can't capitalize and come away with the victory. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Although the stats, odds, and statistics do favor the Vikings to win by a few points, but not much, just by a few points, I think the Arizona Cardinals are going to come away with this win. Now guys, moving on to the Chicago Bears game versus the New York Giants. I think the New York Giants are going to easily be able to take this game from the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears doing pretty decent lately, haven't come away with that many wins, but they've been doing not too bad. When it comes to putting up scores and stuff like that, they just can't capitalize and take the win away. So guys, in this game between the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants, I think the New York Giants are going to win this one. Now guys, moving on to the Tennessee Titans game versus the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Tennessee Titans are going to beat the Indianapolis Colts this week. However, I don't think it's going to be by much. I think it's going to be by about 1 touchdown maybe. I don't think it's going to be a complete blowout game or anything like that. But if I had to choose a winner between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts, I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans this week. Now guys, moving on to the Pittsburgh Steelers game and the Cleveland Browns game. Really don't think I have to explain this one, but I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win this week. Now, guys, moving on to the next game, Cincinnati Bengals versus the Buffalo Bills. Although the Buffalo Bills are one of my favorite teams, they got some of my favorite players, I think the Cincinnati Bengals are just going to blow out the Buffalo Bills this week. I think the Cincinnati Bengals are just going to be able to win by 2 or 3 touchdowns. I don't think the Buffalo Bills are going to be able to beat Cincinnati this week. So if I had to choose a winner between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals, I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, guys, moving on to the Detroit Lions game versus the Jacksonville Jaguars game. I think the Detroit Lions are easily going to be able to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that's just the way I think it's going to go. I think the Detroit Lions are definitely going to be able to beat the Jaguars this week. Now, guys, moving on to the Miami Dolphins versus Los Angeles Rams game. I think this is going to be a very good game. It's not really two great teams going up against each other, but this matchup makes for a good game. However, at the end of the day, I think the Los Angeles Rams are going to win by maybe a field goal. I don't think they're going to win by much. I just think the Los Angeles Rams are going to wind up taking it. However, I think it's going to be a very, very good game between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Rams. Now, guys, moving on to the New England game and the San Francisco 49ers. Don't really think I need to explain this one either, but I think the New England Patriots are definitely going to be able to beat the San Francisco 49ers this week. Now, guys, moving on to the Philadelphia Eagles game versus the Seattle Seahawks. I think this is going to be one of the better games of the week once again. Two really decent teams going up against each other. However, at the end of the day, I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to come away with this win against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, guys, moving on to the Green Bay Packers game versus the Washington Redskins. Although the Green Bay Packers are my favorite team in the NFL, my family loves the Packers, my friends love the Packers. Packers. However, I don't think the Packers are going to be able to beat the Washington Redskins this week. I think that the Washington Redskins are going to completely blow out the Packers again. Or I think the Packers are going to get blown out again, like they got blown out against Tennessee Titans in Week 10. So, guys, in this game between the Washington Redskins and the Green Bay Packers, I think that the Washington Redskins are going to win this game very easily. I think they're going to blow out Green Bay. Alright, guys, moving on to the Oakland Raiders game versus the Houston Texans. Now, guys, Oakland Raiders doing extremely well, better than they have in years. And the Houston Texans, not really the best team right now. The Houston Texans are facing one of the best teams in the NFL at the moment, which is going to be the Oakland Raiders. So, guys, in this matchup between the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders, I think the Oakland Raiders are going to come away with this win very easily. Anyways, guys, that is it for this week. That is the whole NFL schedule. Those are all the teams I predict to win this week. Now, keep in mind, if I predicted that your team is not going to win, I'm not saying that your team is bad or they suck. Each and every single team in the NFL has great, amazing athletes on the teams. And I am not bashing or hating on any of the teams out there. I'm just saying the stats, odds, and statistics are not in their favor. Anyways, guys, hope you did enjoy this Week 11 NFL prediction video. If you did, be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help the channel grow. Anyways, I hope to see you guys right back here tomorrow, and remember, stay freaky.